this is a tactical vest. A lot of police officers wear this, or they call it an exterior vest. And this one says it's okay to talk about mental health. I have other placards like this one that says alcohol, casual drugs, and poor coping strategies. I mean, that was me. It's not something that I'm proud of. I'm still shameful of the way I acted. It's still triggering, even sharing it with you, but it's important. It's important to put it out there because I know that I'm not the only one that's suffering like this. And I suffered in silence for so many years. And I find it hard to believe that nobody noticed that I was struggling. I think they did, but I think a lot of people just didn't know how to
approach
me, so they chose not to do anything at all. And I get that because I was like that before too, you know? So, I mean, I understand that, but...
Well, I can certainly understand that also coming from, law enforcement, police officers. You guys are supposed to be tough, right? You're men, right? You're leading, you're protecting. And how are you going to come in now and be vulnerable and share your feelings that you're falling apart inside? You can't do that, right? You're a wuss if you do that. So it's so important what you're doing, because I've met so many people that are first responders, military, with PTSD, police officers, and there is this huge stigma associated with not being able to talk about mental health, and we have to change that, because everybody at one point or another is struggling with some form of trauma, PTSD, that they've experienced themselves. So how long were you, leading this disastrous lifestyle that with the drinking and the promiscuous sex? How long were you doing this for?
I was doing it for years. I mean, my shooting happened in 2016, and I started speaking about my experience in 2019. But from that point on, it just gradually got worse and worse and worse. And I would do it on my days off. We would usually have 3 days off in a row, so I would work a day and that would be considered my Friday. So that night I would start drinking or start poorly coping for the next 2 days. And my last day before I would go back to work, that would be kind of a recover day because I knew I had to go back to work. So I wouldn't drink the night before. But, I did it for years. And on top of that, in 2017, a year later, I was promoted to the police department's very first detective. So then I would go to other critical incidents, to attempted homicides. I chased a bank robber. There was a guy who was huffing in his truck and ran over Girl Scouts and a troop leader who were cleaning up the side of the road. I went to a quadruple homicide suicide, and those are all critical incidents. So on top of me trying to fix myself through the ways I thought, with alcohol, casual sex, marijuana, I was still going to these other critical incidents. So it was just cumulative stress on top.
Triggers. Triggers, one trigger after another.